Well, over on Molokai, there's a valley that's shaped by time, tragedy, history, and family. And one man has made it his mission to keep the stories that live there alive.
Lay of Stories, sponsored by Hawaii National Bank, a local bank for local businesses.
Between the towering cliffs sits Halawa Valley, guarded, quiet. And when you enter, it feels removed from time, away from the noise of the modern world. For centuries, this ahupua'a was a cradle for culture, with sacred heiau tucked in the forest, and for farmers, with dozens of lo'ikalo spread across the land, and fishermen with the bay below.
April 1st, 1946, there was a tsunami that went 1.7 miles up into this valley.
Everything changed when tragedy struck in 1946, and a tsunami swept through the valley, swallowing homes, wiping out generations of livelihood, forcing its residents to uproot. Many of the descendants from the original families who were here no longer live here in Halawa Valley, but for those who do, their kuleana responsibility is to protect and share these stories so they don't disappear. That's Greg Solatorio's life's work.
I try to share as much as I can of the valley. And if we are not here to tell our stories ourselves, then who am I to get mad when the person out there is telling the story and it's not correct?
Now that the valley's overgrown, it draws visitors from across the world to Greg's home to hike its trails. But first, he guides them through protocol, education, and history. Because to him, they'll walk through more than just scenery. They'll walk through memories.
A lot of people come into this place and walk and hike to enjoy it, but a lot of people don't really know the significance of what they're seeing lying underneath the rainforest. Yeah, this ancient Hawaiian village or old settlement which lies here, which is one of the most important parts to our history here on the island.
Greg is more than a teacher. He's a protector to a fragile valley with a delicate ecosystem that holds traditions that can easily be forgotten through the pressures of modern life. Every hike, chant, and explanation is a fight against forgetting.
The way I teach about the valley and the way I do things is not book or curriculum style. The way I was taught by my kupunos is actually taken out to the places, shown the places, explain to me the how come, the reason, the why, how the place got its name, and that is how I was taught, and that is how I try to teach the kids today, by actually taking them out to the places or the visitors and showing them these places. So now you just don't get the story, you can actually see visually and feel the story and have the connection.
Everything he does is a responsibility he doesn't shoulder alone. Devik Boniza Solatorio, Greg's eldest son, is slowly stepping into the role to one day take up the mantle.
Some of my fondest memories growing up in this place would definitely be coming down in my youth and working the field with Grandpa, and just how fun he would make working the field, and what a serious, but what a goofball he was at the same time.
For the Solatorios, culture and their traditions started in the home.
What my grandfather was so big on is if you invite people in and you teach people to love your home the way that you love it, you don't need to worry about them disrespecting it, because what we want is them to see it how we see it.
Together with his dad, they're ensuring the legacy of Halawa endures long after their footsteps fade.
I'm not an expert in Hawaiian culture, I'm not an expert in Hawaiian language, but I can tell you everything about where my family comes from. That was my kuleana.